Debbie from Debbie's Handmade Soap. I am the owner and founder of Debbie's Handmade Soap. I started soap making in 1999, and the reason I started soap making is standing behind the camera today. My daughter Lindsay. Hi. She's doing this video for me today. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the business. I started soap making because Lindsay had eczema really bad on her hands, and we were trying to find something to help with that. We tried all kinds of lotions, been to the doctor's office, all kinds of those things that everybody does to try to get help with a problem like that. And I went to a mom's retreat, and one of the speakers mentioned that she was a soap maker. And I thought, wow, that might help with this. So I went home and tried all kinds of recipes and read all kinds of books and got all the information I could find on that, and started it to help her, and it turned into a business. I did not know how passionate I was going to be about the quality of the soaps, and how it all just one thing led to another, and I just loved the business. I just loved making the soap, and I wanted to be able to offer other people the same quality products, so I started in craft shows and did different things like that. For about 3 years, I just tried all kinds of different recipes, studied about the chemistry of soap making, and figured out that I was going to have to work hard if I was going to get a bar that did everything I wanted it to do. I wanted it to lather really well. I wanted it to feel good on your skin and make your skin feel better once you used it, and I wanted it to smell good. And so through trial and error of about 3 years, I came up with the perfect recipe, and that recipe is the base of all of my soaps. I offer 63 fragrances in soap, and then we've branched out and we do lotions, bath bombs, lip balms, body butters, scrubs, even working on some shaving lotions now. But the soap is my main love. I love doing the soaps more than anything else. So I started out doing the craft shows, and then I started doing wholesale, and I've done wholesale for about 18 years. And then we branched out, and 4 years ago, in October of this year, we will be 4 years in our brick and mortar storefront. And the soap works so well for my daughter. It's been 21 years, and she doesn't use anything but my soap. And it totally cleared the eczema issues that she had. And we're just really thrilled about that, and thrilled that we can offer it to the public and offer it to other people that are having those same issues. We get reviews all the time from people that it's just really basically changed their life, because that's a really terrible issue to have, especially when it gets out of hand. So we're in our storefront here today, and then we've got the work area in the back. We make it all here. I also have a small warehouse that I'm just opening up. Have a lot of my products over there too that we're working on. Made with 50% olive oil. I wanted a soap that would be able to make the skin moisturized and keep it moisturized. So I started out experimenting with olive oil. So we use olive oil, and the recipe is 50%, and then we use palm oil and coconut oils also to make a good lather, to make a hard, long-lasting bar. And that is the base of all of our soaps, and then we add different colors and different fragrances, and I've tried to stop making so many different varieties, but we now have 63 fragrances to choose from. Olive oil has the ability to stay on the skin after you lather the soap up. It'll stay on the skin even after you rinse. It doesn't make the skin feel greasy, but it creates a barrier and it doesn't clog the pores. So it's really good for people who have dry skin. It's good for any skin type, but it's good for dry skin. People that suffer from eczema and psoriasis get really great relief and results from soaps made with olive oil. We do have low wholesale minimums, so you don't have to worry about having to spend a lot of money to get started up to offer our products to your customers. We wanted to be able to offer it to the person that orders 3 or 4 times a year, as well as the person that might order on a standing order every month. I'm just as passionate today as I was the first week that I made the first batch of soap. I come into the store after I've made a batch of soap and I go back there to pull those covers off the molds, and I'm just as excited as it's like the first time I've ever made a bar, and it's been 21 years. I'm so excited every day when I come in and pull those off. They're never the same. They're all unique. Each bar, of course, when we cut the slab into bars, each bar is unique, but each batch is also unique. So they always look different. We never know what it's going to turn out to be. The colors, even though if we add the same amount of color, in that saponification process where the oils and the lye bond, it's always different. It always comes out different. And so it's always a new surprise every day when I come in and open the molds. In the soap making aspect of it, we start with the oils and the lye. We bring those to the temperature we want to mix them at. The oils are actually an acid, and the sodium hydroxide, which is lye, is an alkaline. And when you go to mix those together, they bond. And when they come to a trace, I stir till they come to a trace, add my fragrance oils, whatever colorant I'm going to use, my ultramarines or my oxides, and we pour that in the mold. It's about the consistency of applesauce. And then we let them sit in the mold where they go through the saponification process, which meaning that looks like applesauce when I pour it in the mold, and it goes through an actual gel stage. It heats itself up, goes to a gel stage, and then it cools back down and goes back to the opaque stage. And when I cut those bars, they're about the consistency of a cold stick of butter. And so we pull them out of the molds and we cut them and put them on the curing racks for a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and then we wrap them. Even after almost 21 years, we still hand pour, hand cut, and hand wrap every bar of soap that we make. It started in my kitchen in a pot on the stove to make my first batch. I poured that first batch in a shoebox to use for my mold, and it went just started out making it for my family, and it went from there into this 21-year business that I love as much today as when I poured my first batch.